and welcome to another beautiful morning here in Kure Beach, North Carolina. I'm back today because we're going to be taking a little walk around town, talk a little bit about the history, and also talk about the old Bromine Plant that used to be located right off the back side of the island here where Dow Road is now. And I've just been out here this morning drinking some coffee, enjoying some guys out there catching a few waves, a little surfing going on. Well, good morning, my friends. Welcome back to the channel. Hitch Hiking Yeti here. If you have a coffee in hand, cheers. Give you a little bump up there. That coffee is so hot this morning. I actually bought this at brunches. Me and my wife and my little niece went and ate breakfast this morning at brunches down in Carolina Beach before we made the very short commute up here to Kure. But today's plan is to talk loosely a little bit about the history of Kure Beach, the Bromine Plant back here, and I want to show you some of the old mom and pop motels that still exist to this very day. And Kure is a really cool place if you've never been here before, because it is very much a small town throwback to what little beach communities here used to be in North Carolina probably 50, 60 years ago. It is not heavily commercialized. It is pretty much everything you see is owned by families and, like, you know, small businesses. So let's go ahead and get started with our tour. Good to have you here. Let's have a fun Kure Beach type of a day. All right, so this road right here in Kure Beach is Highway 421. And this right here is one of the first motels we're going to come to today. This is the Sand Dunes Motel. As you can see, it has no vacancy right now. And right across the road, we have Seabirds, which used to be I think it was called the Moran. Used to be like green and orange. It was a very brightly colored, but some new owners have bought this hotel and changed it up quite a bit. And right here's another motel here in town, Admiral's Motel. Admiral's Quarters, actually, is the name. Okay, so we just looked at about 3 motels here in the area. Just to give you an idea, they got some parking over here right next to the Islander Market. Little service station right here. And here's another little motel, Southwind Motel. And I'm telling you, this town's got more motels than any little beach community I've seen in quite some time, because most of the motels and other areas get demolished, removed. Big condominiums are normally built. You know, the beach communities are coming more and more commercialized, and they're losing that little small town feel that Kure Beach still has. And I want to get into a little history about how Kure actually got its name. It all starts with a Danish immigrant who settled here in Wilmington. He was a developer, a businessman. Back in the early 1900s, he began promoting beachfront areas south of Wilmington, North Carolina as a resort destination. Around 1916 to be exact, Hans Kure helped establish this beach community. The area was originally called things like Fort Fisher Beach. It was later renamed Kure Beach in his honor. So now you know how Kure Beach got its name. Okay, so right here kind of in the center of town, this here is Fort Fisher Boulevard, or also known as 421 South. And this is K Avenue. You got Big Daddy's restaurant right across the road here that's been here forever. And then this area over here is called Oceanfront Park Pavilions. You can see it's printed right there on that signage right there. So we're going to make our way down through here. I want to very quickly show you some of the restaurants and places we have. Matter of fact, this restaurant right here has been around for quite some time. Got some really good food. This is called Jack Mackerel's Steak and Seafood. And then right here next to that, we have Happy Hippies Java Hut. And then we actually still have an arcade here in town, the High Tech Arcade. And then right next to that, we have a place called Freddy's, which is a really good Italian restaurant, man, that's really known for their pork chops. So very, very tasty little stop to grab you some food if you're here in town. And if you do like this place, it's always good to call ahead and make reservations. Okay, I've made my way down here to the Kure Beach Pier. And I have shown this place quite a few times. And this pier is the oldest recreation continuously operated fishing pier on the East Coast. As you can see that plaque right there, Kure Beach Pier, 1923. A lot of history right here, that's for sure. And right next to the pier, before people go fishing, every once in a while they'll stop in right here at this little corner restaurant. This is the Ocean View Restaurant. Good place to go get breakfast, brunch, lunch. Really awesome place, got some good food in there. Okay, so as I stand here on 421, I have made my way down the street just a little bit. You can see the red light that we were standing at earlier, where you could see Big Daddy Seafood and Jack Mackerels and the service station. I wanted to come down here and show you this place because I've always liked the looks of this place. Never stayed here back in the day or anything, but Seven Seas Inn is a place that I know some of the viewers of the channel have stayed here. I've heard them talk about it before, but unfortunately, it looks to be closed. I mean, there's absolutely nobody there. All the parking lots entrances look like this. They're blocked off. And supposedly online, it says this property has been listed for sale and redevelopment here recently. So that's kind of an interesting little twist there, which when you look up the definition of their version of closed, it also states that that usually means operations may be limited, seasonal, or have stopped altogether. So your guess is as good as mine on what's happening here at the Seven Seas Inn. Huh. Learned something new today. I didn't even know this place was closed down. Okay, and right next to Seven Seas Inn, you will find this motel. This is called By the Pier Motel. And there's their information if you want to call and check them out. They have a Facebook page. It says Ocean View Rooms. Fish free on pier Monday through Thursday. No vacancy at the moment though. HD TV and Wi-Fi. And this is what the place looks like. A little two-story building here with some ocean views. That's nice. Okay, and right here next to the Pier Motel, or by the Pier Motel to be more exact, is Beach House Burgers. This little burger hut right here has been here for quite some time. Really good spot to come get some food. For a hot beach day, you can come up here. They have some cold drinks. They got ice cream. And of course, they got hamburgers and hot dogs and all that good stuff. Really good place to stop and get you some food and recharge your energy where you're ready to go back out there and jump back in some waves and have some fun on the beach. Okay, so now I've made my way down here to the beach access point of Atlantic Avenue here in town. And this is also where the Kure Beach Boardwalk comes to an end. As you can see the Kure Beach Pier right there. This is a very hot spot for people in the mornings to come and take morning walks. And you have a beautiful view of the Atlantic Ocean as you do so. But the reason I come down through here, because I had to go and break out my hog, this big old scooter right here, electric scooter, because we're actually going to make our way down 421 back toward Carolina Beach, because there is an information placard down there I want to show you. And that is going to get into the history about the old bromine plant that used to be here in Kure, and it was really important during World War II. So let's go ahead and make our way down there to the placard and get into this old bromine plant history. Should be fun. All right, so we're cruising down the bike path here. So you can see some of the beautiful homes here in the town of Kure Beach. I love the colors. All the homes here are very colorful and they look really, really cool. And right ahead is the placard, so we're almost there. It's just right here. If you're driving north on 421, it's just past this US 17 North 18 mile sign. And right here is the informational plaque. Okay, so right here is the plaque. D98 is the plaque number. And it says bromine extraction, Ethel Dow plant, which operated here 1934 to 1945, pioneered extraction of bromine from seawater, element used in ethyl anti-knot gas compound. Which what that pretty much means is when people would fill up with this fuel without bromine in it, your engine would get knocked within a couple of hours and wouldn't run that long. The bromine was really, really important because it was an anti-knot gas agent. So it was a chemical that helped everything run smoother. So now I have moved down here right across the street from the Kure Beach Fire Department. It's right over my shoulder there. And we're going to get into a little bit more history about this old chemical plant. So between 1933 and 1934 is when the Dow Chemical Company and Ethel Corporation got together and actually built this bromine plant. And the purpose was, just like the old placard said, extract bromine from the seawater. So bromine was mainly used to make anti-knock additives for gasoline, important for engines, especially aviation fuel in that era. So this plant was pretty cool because it was one of the first large-scale plants in the entire world that could commercially extract bromine from seawater. At its peak production, about 15,000 pounds of bromine per day required roughly 2,000 gallons of seawater per pound to achieve that. So if you're wondering why was Kure Beach chosen, the location has some unique advantages. It had clean ocean water, it had a natural river basin, and it was easily discharged back into the Cape Fear River once the extraction process was completed. So this plant really did impact this area because it was built during the Great Depression back in the mid-1930s. It brought jobs, about 250 workers, it boosted the local economy, and at the time, Kure Beach was still in the early developmental stage of the town. This plant had a World War II connection. The bromine that was produced here was important for aviation fuel, making the plant strategically very valuable. There's a long-standing local story that a German U-boat shelled the plant in 1943, but historians still debate whether that actually happened or not. But you know how the South is. We have our own stories and myths. So next up, let's talk a little bit about the closure of this plant. Production ended around 1945 and 1946. Reason, a larger, more efficient plant opened in Texas. After shutdown, equipment was removed and or reused elsewhere. Most structures were demolished. Concrete foundation and ruins still exist to this very day. And that is what I'm kind of going to loosely show you right now, because as you can see, this sign right here that I was focusing on when I was talking about the closure is pretty important, because Sunny Point is a military, U.S. Army military terminal right across the Cape Fear River here from this backside of the island here, of Pleasure Island that is. And it says here, do not exit vehicle. So you can drive down this road. Once you enter this area, they do not want you to really get out and start walking through the woods. And I'm just going to show you the patch of woods where the ruins is located. There have been people in probably the last little over a decade that has walked back there before and made a video and showed the ruins and stuff. But I'm not going to venture back there and do that, because you do not, I don't want to challenge the U.S. Army. I'm just sorry, it ain't going to happen. But I will definitely get on my scooter and ride down the bike path along the road and kind of show you the fair area of where some of the ruins are located. And you can still see some of it from your car if you drive down Dow Road. You can see some of the concrete and stuff back in the woods. So let's go ahead and head on back there and take a quick little look, and then we're going to wrap our video up. This has been fun today. Okay, so right here, about where this sign is, where the bicycle sign's located, this here is about the roundabout area where the bromine plant, or the ruins that is located. Right back here in these woods, right here off of Dow Road. And I'm actually following the law. I'm not exiting, I'm not slowing down or stopping here on the scooter, so kind of riding one-handed. But I just wanted to give you an idea that this is where the ruins are. And if you look ahead, you can see the big curve down here on Dow Road, where you're going to curve to the left and make your way out to Kure Beach, where the pier is and all that good stuff. So they're actually doing a controlled burn at the moment. So it's very smoky back here. You can see a lot of black and soot where they're burning all the foliage that has fallen on the ground over the last year or so. And it's very warm and very smoky, so even if you was wanting to go investigate the ruins today, wouldn't be a good day to do it anyhow, because there's actually little fires out there still burning. So we're going to go ahead and make our way back toward the pier now and go wrap up our vlog today. Okay, I've made my way back up here to the Kure Beach fishing pier. I thought this was just as good a place as any to kind of end the vlog today. And it's such a beautiful day. How can I not come out here and just show off this beautiful weather here on Pleasure Island? It's a great day, man. Got to learn a little bit about the town of Kure. Really like learning like what the town was named after. You know, a guy by the name of Hans Kure. We see those pelicans right there flying along the top of the waves. That is so awesome, so cool. I love pelicans. I love watching them fly. Yeah, that water's cold, ain't it? I heard you scream way up here. So all that being said, my friends, I hope you guys enjoyed the vlog today, learn a little bit about the town. I'm glad I finally was able to cover a little history about the old bromine plant here and what it meant to the town in the early days during the Depression when there was a war going on. World War II is kicking off and a lot of stuff was happening into the mid-40s, especially as that plant was extracting bromine from the seawater to help planes fly a little safer and cars move around a little better with no engine knock, which is very important. You do not want your engine knocking. So all that being said, my friends, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Until next time, I'm the Hitchhiking Yeti, and I will see you in my next adventure. It's nice out here today, ain't it? Look at that. That is nice. Boy, I tell you, if the water was just a lot warmer, 62, 63 degrees ain't enough for me. I need mine up at least the mid-70s before I go out there. But that guy out there don't even have a wetsuit on him. I don't even think you can, I don't know if you can see him or not, but he's on a surfboard, no wetsuit. He is a real surfer to get out there in that cold water and catch some waves. So until next time, my friends, I'm the Hitchhiking Yeti, and I will see you in my next adventure. So long to Kure Beach, North Carolina. It's been a good one. And hopefully, within the next month, they get this nourishment project done and get this old ugly pipe off the beach and get these drainage pipes all covered up. It's going to happen. It's just taking a little bit of time. And here we got a little bonus footage because you know I didn't walk all the way out here to the pier and not show the home of the Misfits. That's just something I got to do now. Can't make a vlog without making my way out here and checking that out. All right, I'm really done now. Thanks for watching. Y'all stay safe, and I hope to see you all again soon.